It's really none of their business because it's your business. You own the business. You have to deal with the business. You have to run the business. Hey y'all, it's Kameron Monet coming to you guys with another video in my entrepreneurship series. We have made it to part 6 out of 7 of the entrepreneurship series. If you missed any of the part videos, definitely check in the description box below so you guys can watch those, catch up, get all the tea, get the gems, because I was dropping a ton, if I do say so myself. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Cameron and I am a full-time entrepreneur, a licensed attorney, a content creator, and an influencer here on YouTube as well as Instagram. I also have a blog. I will be posting more like blog style content coming in the next coming months, really into 2021. I do want to utilize my website more, but you can definitely check out CameronMonet.com to get some more information about me and about the content that I create. With all that being said, and there's so much more, so definitely check out CameronMonet.com. Let's get into today's video. Just like the others, in today's video, we'll be focusing on 3 main topics. The first one is the importance of self-care. The second one is how to deal with the stress of running a business. And the third one is dealing with outside opinions when you decide to become an entrepreneur. So let's dive into these topics. All right, y'all, so let's talk about self-care. I feel like this word is thrown around a lot on the internet, but it is so important to do some type of self-care, especially when running a business. So how do I do self-care? There are some times when I wake up and I'm like, I'm sleeping in for another hour. As a full-time entrepreneur, I have that luxury, and I definitely understand that that's a privilege that some people just don't have when you work a 9 to 5 while juggling your side hustle. But take time for yourself. Take PTO if you have it. Give yourself an hour when you get home from work, or an hour in the middle of your day as an entrepreneur, and just relax. Lay on the couch, watch a Netflix show, scroll on the gram, do something for you, and those moments will fuel you to keep going further on in your business, in your job, and things of that nature. You have to have moments of slowness to be able to keep up with the high volume that I know you want to bring and the quality that you want to bring to your business, your clients, etc. So something else that I like to do is a face mask. Y'all, there's nothing like taking a hot, long shower or a bath and doing a face mask and watching some YouTube videos or watching your favorite show, having a glass of wine. Like, you just have to find what fuels you and what helps you keep going for the day, because there will be those days where you're having to just be at full capacity, high volume, quality content all the time and quality work all the time, and you have to keep up with that for a long duration of time. But you have to utilize those small moments or those short moments where you have a pocket of space to breathe and do some self-care. Do something that you love. Maybe that's, you know what, we're getting takeout tonight, okay, and we're getting our favorite food or our favorite dessert. You have to have those moments, because every single time you have those moments, I guarantee you the next time you have to get back to work, you're going to be killing it. It's because you've now taken the time to fill up your cup. As much as we pour into others, I know y'all feel me, as much as we pour into others, we have to take the time to pour into ourselves. That's why self-care is so important. And with that, I have to talk about mental health. If you have a therapist, or if you're desiring to go to a therapist, I say do it. Talk to them, vent it out. It's nice to have a third-party person that is not directly involved in your current circumstance, and it's their job. That's what they do. So definitely reach out to get a therapist. If you don't know how to reach out to one, talk to your primary care doctor, or go on, I think it's Black Girls for Therapists, Therapy for Black Girls. I'll leave the link down below. But definitely find someone you can talk to. Maybe it's not necessarily a therapist. Maybe it's your significant other, or maybe it's a family member or a friend. Just find a place to vent, because when times get hard and you bottle it up, it's going to reflect in your work. And when you're running your own business and you're a full-time entrepreneur, no one can hold you accountable but yourself. So you need to put in the work behind the scenes and internally so that you can continue to progress in your business and be able to sustain what you're doing for a long time. Also, you want to start to create healthy habits from the jump. So if you're learning to say no, and that can be the hardest thing, trust me, that's me to me. It's so hard to say no, especially when you feel like, oh, I need to say yes to all these things. I need to make sure I'm having money come in, and I need to make sure I'm staying busy, and da-da-da. And like, the busy culture is sick, and it's sick in a lot of different careers, not just being an entrepreneur, not just law, not just the medical field. Like, being busy is like a societal thing. Like, if you're not busy, you ain't doing nothing. And that's just not true, because some people that are busy aren't being productive. So like, let's be real about that. So it's okay to be, I wouldn't say not busy, but it's okay to have a slower pace of things and still be extremely productive. Of course, I just happen to be crazy busy all the time because I'm always trying to wear different hats, but I do try to be intentional about how I'm being busy and things that I accept. Again, it's still a work in progress. I still say yes to things that I should say no to. Just always remember, when you give something a yes, you're saying no to something else, and vice versa. So make sure those yeses that you're giving are really important for your business, important for your stage of life, and going to help you progress in some way, or they're a nice volunteer opportunity or pro bono opportunity. Definitely do those as well. But you want to make time. You want to prioritize your time. There's only so many hours in a day, and your time is money, literally. The second topic is about dealing with stress while running your business. Kind of similar to having a self-care routine. Burnout is real. It's a real thing. You can work yourself to overcapacity. And again, I'm speaking me to me. I get so invested in something that I tend to overdo it. And I can admit that. But I'm definitely working on that. And it's so important, again, to take a step back and realize, okay, how can I manage this stress? For me, I love working out. That really helps me. I love just taking moments throughout the day, whether it's like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, to just like lay down and close my eyes and not do anything and not think. Or to just take a moment to talk to family, to talk to friends, to talk to your significant other, and just to like lay and relax. Like, you have to do that sometimes, because you can get caught up in the stress of things and it will weigh heavy on you. You won't be able to function in your, again, high capacity, high volume, high quality that you want to constantly do. But yeah, working out is an excellent stress reliever. If you like to cook, maybe that's your thing, definitely do that. Maybe you like to do yoga, or you like to plant flowers, like garden. Maybe you like to, there's so many different things you can do that just is completely like mind numbing, for lack of a better word, where you're able to decrease that stress, so then you can now take on more work. Because the more work you take on, the more stress you're going to get. You're going to reach a cap, and you're going to reach that burnout, and then you have to start kind of, I wouldn't say at square one, but you will have to take longer time off than if you are constantly maintaining that stress and being able to adapt and take the moments that you need within those time, as opposed to letting it build up and then now you have to take a month off. And that's just too much, especially if you're running your own business. So definitely make sure you're being aware and being in tune with yourself and being honest. Be honest with yourself. Sometimes it's good to just brain dump into a journal or a diary. I have an app that I use. It's called the Diary app, and I'll pop up a little icon of the logo. I love it. You put in your little passcode and you just brain dump and just vent it out. Sometimes it's nice to just word vomit on a piece of paper or on your phone or whatever the case may be, and then you can reread and be like, girl, it wasn't even that bad. Or be like, okay, now I see where I'm actually stressed or what I need to do, and then hit the ground running the next day. So definitely try to just take time to be in tune with yourself, is what I'm saying, because stress is going to happen, and I think some stress can be beneficial, but over stress is too much. I think sometimes stress can motivate you and get you to really keep going and things like that. So I do think there are times where a small good amount of stress is beneficial, but you don't want to be stressed all the time. I don't think that's the goal. I think the goal is definitely to be able to find that nice balance where there's moments of stress and then moments of calm, still time. But when you're in the beginning of stages of running a business, it's going to be stressful, but you still have to find those pockets of moments of peace. Okay, let's get into the main topic I want to talk about in today's video. And that's about dealing with other people's opinions when you decide to be an entrepreneur. I think this is one of the top 3 reasons people do not go after whatever career path they actually want, because they're worried about what others may say, do, have a perception of them, their opinions, how they may treat you, people you may lose, just all those things. They're trying to explain yourself. I know these are things that I have had to deal with, and I still am dealing with, of how to ignore people's opinions, take their criticism when it's good criticism and healthy criticism, but also realizing that whatever decision that I make and whatever decision that you make, you have to deal with it and I have to deal with it. So for instance, if you always wanted to be a painter, for instance, and then the people around you, your family, your friends were like, no, you're a great artist, you'd be great, but like you should do something else, do a more job secure career, be a lawyer, be a doctor, etc. And then you go be a doctor, and then you're never fulfilled, but like they're like, yeah, you're a doctor, it's great, but like they're not having to live your day to day. They're not dealing with your longing desire to be a painter. They're not having to deal with this internal battle that you're constantly having to do every time you wake up. You have to deal with the decisions that you make. It's all fine and dandy that everybody is supporting this new career that you decided to do, but it's not really what you want. So at the end of the day, you're not going to be fulfilled, and you're not going to be able to really fully enjoy life and be happy with what you're doing. So I think once you take a step back and realize, like, I'm going to have to live through my decisions, if that makes sense. I hope this is making sense. Like, what I decide to do, yes, others can have an opinions. Yes, sometimes it can affect the people around you, of course. So like if you have kids and you just leave a job, like, wait a minute, watch my money management video about finances, like, wait a minute. But if you are able to pivot and change and make different decisions and it's not directly affecting people around you, I say go for it. Especially if it's something that you're passionate about and you know you can do, and you can sustain yourself financially in that. So I say go for it. But you have to be realistic, okay? You have to be realistic. You have to have money to survive. I mean, some people can live on different budgets. So I'm not saying everybody wants to have 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, whatever. Some people can literally live with whatever amount that you want. Know your life goal, like I talked about in part 1. Write your list, your skills, your jobs that you're interested in, and your life and career goals. It's going to look different person to person. Your life goal may be, I want to live off the grid. I want to plant and have a garden, and I don't want to have to deal with society. Like, that's going to be a different financial circumstance. Still could be expensive now. That could be, but that's going to be different than someone like, I want to live in a high rise in New York in a penthouse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to find what is your career goal? What is your desire, your aspirations? And I think it can change over time. So again, this is why you have to be in tune with yourself and know, okay, what am I looking for? What do I desire? What do I want? What is my, life and career goal? So that's going to definitely help you when you're dealing with other people's opinions, because that's all cute, but like, you don't have to walk in my shoes every day. I do. Also, you got to keep in mind that some people, when you do something risky, like leaving a 9-to-5 job at a law firm that seems to be stable and everybody's looking at you like, girl, what are you doing? Some of them is just jealous. And this is with all due respect. Like, some people desire to do that, or maybe back in the day they always want to do that. Or I get so many people when I was in law school saying, wow, I always wanted to go to law school, but I just didn't do it. I didn't have time, or I was too scared, or whatever the case may be. Like, so a lot of times it could be coming from a place of jealousy, or a place of they don't understand it, uncertainty, or a true genuine place of they just hope that you're making the right decision for you, and you're not using other people's opinions. So it's a lot of times it just depends on who it's coming from and what their opinion of it is, and what their like underground reason for being concerned or showing some negative responses. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's really none of their business. Okay, it's really none of their business, because it's your business. You own the business. You have to deal with the business. You have to run the business. And it's just as much hard work running a business, being an entrepreneur, being a creator, being an influencer, being a YouTuber, as any other job, and vice versa. Both jobs take a lot out of the person, depending on the capacity that you're trying to run the things and the goals you're trying to meet. Both are busy, both are productive, both are great career paths. There's so many different career paths to get to success, and it depends, again, on the person. It depends on what you're looking for and what you're able to do to be able to get there. But I get it. It's much easier said than done. There's always going to be, I wouldn't say always, but of course, there's going to be a little thing in the back of your head, especially if people around you aren't supporting you. Maybe it's core people in your life, your support system. It could be your support system not supporting you. That is rough. Like, I couldn't imagine if like my mom didn't support my decision. That would be very difficult for me, and I would second guess what I was doing. But got to the point where I was so determined, and I knew I could do it. I wrote down a list of all the things I was worried about. Anything that I was worried about with leaving my job, just everything, anything. I wrote it all down, and then in another column, I wrote down how I could overcome that fear, how I could essentially cancel out that negative connotation or that negative opinion I had on leaving my job. So for instance, like healthcare, there are so many healthcare options that you can do that don't involve you working for an employer. That just shouldn't be a hindrance, because there are ways to get over that. I also had to check in myself, like, girl, I hadn't had health insurance. I just got health insurance with my employer. So like, I was fine then, I'll be fine now. It may be a little bit more expensive, but I'm gonna make more money, period. Things like that. So just be realistic again, and a lot of our fears aren't really that big of a deal. You can really overcome that. Of course, finances, that like I mentioned in the money management video, finances is of course a hot topic. It's of course a fear. But if you're already making money as a side hustle, imagine how much you can make if you were doing it full time. Of course, you got to be realistic. Do the numbers. Like I said, if your monthly bills is $1,000 and your product you're selling is $100, How many products do you need to sell to get that $1,000? 10 products. You need to sell 10 products at $100 to meet your $1,000 mark. Start doing the numbers like that. That comes back to being realistic and knowing that you're gonna have to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, it's not gonna happen. But you will, because you're gonna be doing something that you're passionate about, and that is just a whole different mindset. Like, a lot of the times, like, I can feel myself just more excited to work the next day because I'm doing something that I love and I'm passionate about. Yes, there's days where I'm like, I don't feel like getting over to bed, or I don't feel like doing this, but at the end of the day, the core root of it all is that I'm so much happier doing this because it's something that I enjoy and that I'm passionate about and that I love. So that's just a little pep talk for anyone out there. And I will add this little disclaimer: you do not have to leave your 9-to-5 job. Progress in your career. Climb that corporate ladder. It's okay. That is fine. You do not have to be an entrepreneur. I do still think you need to have multiple streams of income, but that doesn't mean you have to have a full-blown business on the side. You can have like a smaller side hustle, invest in properties, invest in stocks, whatever the case may be. But it's fine if you want to just work a job like that. That's fine. Like, you don't feel pressured by the series or pressure by society or the internet to, I need to be a YouTuber, I need to be an influencer. Like, first off, it's not for everybody, and it's a hard job. It may seem easy, but it's really not. And it's just not for everybody. There's pros and cons to every single job and career. It all comes down to what you're passionate about, what you like to do, and what you're willing to work towards and give it your all. And that looks different for everybody. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed. Leave me some comments down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click that notification bell if you're notified every single time I upload a video. Share this video with your family and friends. I am so sad this series is about to end. We have one more video, but I love doing series, so leave me some comments on other series that you guys would like me to do, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Later.